Well, I guess we're live. This is what we're doing today. Let's see if I can see if I can. I'm not wearing my headphones today. I've got the microphone up a little closer. I hope you can hear it. I'm tired of it. It's hot. Dang thing. Just gets really hot, so I don't like it that much. So I'll try to get away from it today. I don't need that. This open recent. There we go. Well, it's terribly early in the morning. It's only 10 o'clock. Dreamed I was in a school teaching last night, and I went into a colleague's room, and there was nobody in there. I said, "Wait a second, school's out." So, coming to my senses. So this is page 81. We are way over halfway point in the book, which is kind of wild. Very soon, I'll be doing a Kickstarter campaign. We'll see how that goes. There's no way to tell how these things go. I've never done a Kickstarter campaign before. I did a GoFundMe once for somebody who was in dire straits, but never done a Kickstarter. So this is what I did yesterday. For a transition page. Then we're going to do this. And then, where's 82? There's 82. And we'll do this. We'll do this one. And that's the end of chapter 3. What's this, chapter 3 or 4? Something like that. I think it's chapter 4. Midnight Killers, Battle Gettysburg, Grandpa's New Wife, Back to Work. Then we have chapter 5 coming. So this is what we did yesterday. Got to finish with that. I don't see any reason to go back to that. So I'm going to have to go back and change Charlie Brink's hair color because decided this guy who's the owner of the whole camp, he can be an old man, but Charlie's got to be a little bit younger. So here we are with our intrepid heroes, and I don't really have. I gotta get my colors. What's that? Page 53. It's the first page of this. This is like a 30-page. This is a 30-page chapter, so it's pretty long. Yep, 30 pages. Dang. So, let me see what I got on my computer. Look at that. Page 53. Who knows if it's real? Okay, it's good. It's a smaller. Yeah, it's a bit smaller. I don't have to open up this humongous doohickey thing here. Okay, so here we have. I got my tone. Got my watercolor. Got my shadows. Got the border up there. Got my color over here. Layers down here. Things look like they're barely not too bad. So start coloring old little boys. Try to bring this over. Oh, 2 people are watching. always been about as popular as the Spanish flu, but that's okay. Da, 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 da. See if I can get this thing to work. We're only here for an hour and 20 minutes today because I have a college class to teach. And this is, I'm halfway through that, so in 3 weeks I'll be finished with that. Right after that, I think this is when we'll start the Kickstarter campaign. Can't do this while teaching college. Too much to do. Like I got spent a good part of the weekend reading papers and loading tests and stuff like that. And I've got more papers to read this weekend, plus a bunch of stuff that I had them do online. I got to grade all that. It's just too much to do. Expect me to run a Kickstarter campaign, which I hear is like going 15 rounds of Joe Frazier. We get your jaw broken. Let's come on. Here's YouTube. Let me turn off the volume. It's always turned on like that. Right? Volume this up. Start to echoes. Okay, we got this. So, what color was it? Pause. Pause is slightly different. Version of that color. So last night I was playing around with ideas for this Kickstarter animation. So I gotta get that. At least I gotta get to the point where I can do something online. Doing animations in After Effects is not easy. Dang. Let's get me out of the picture so I can have a larger screen. So what am I going to do with that old mule down there? I may have to do a screen coloring for him. I don't know. I did that for an axe. Worked out real nice. I didn't want it just to be a bunch of black lines, but I wanted to actually make all the lines colored. Let's see if I can pull that one off. So we're carting away old Clifford Wayne Earp's body. Well, get in there. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Get Joey's jacket done too. It's pretty much the same color. What happens is that Mom made all these jackets herself, and it's pretty much the same material. Close. So they don't have. Boy, video cards. Oh, it's slow today, isn't it? Ah, there's that. There's his. That. See him being sloppy colorist. Nobody ever hired me to be a colorist. I do my own stuff. Okay, and what color? Okay, this is Joey's horse color. There. It's getting there. I'll check to see if my audio is working. Turn up my volume on my phone. Is it working? Turn up my volume. It is. Yeah, it's working fine. It's a nice little microphone. It's nice that I don't have to actually wear it to make it work. It's a little, it gets a little hot. Okay, and pause on a white horse. And we don't have a horse for Jokey just yet. I mean, for Blue Boy just yet. Though I could come up here and get rid of some of that just so that his horse does appear white. And I guess it's flesh color time. Boop, 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 boop. There's flesh color. There we go. Okay. A little bit over here. That's weird. Oh, that's doing this in the tone area. That's really smart. Okay. Real bright. Okay. I do it in the color area. Isn't that brilliant? There's nobody like me, fortunately. Is that cheese for Barney? My dog's pretty smart. He hears the word cheese and he comes out from his den. You want to get him to walk? You don't even have to get the cheese anymore. You just have to say the word cheese and he's all of a sudden he appears. Smart kid. If I said it in Spanish, I said queso. I wonder if people come out. I don't say Spanish too much around here. Sometimes when I watch in the public with the family, she speaks in Spanish, but most of the time he's going to hear cheese. 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 Okay, now I guess it's time for the road. Well, I guess I could, do this over here. Might as well get it all. Play around with variations in skin color. Lay it along there. Okay, this guy, his skin color's not going to be too healthy looking, so we'll just make it a little lighter. Poor guy. Unfortunately, it's a fictional character. Oh, I did it again. Hey. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. And we don't have that color again. So, Blue Boy's hands are right about that color. Get rid of that. Let's just try that. About right. So, yeah, the color of that old mule is that, but I'm going to do a couple of things with it. Semi-magic with it. So first let's get the base color underneath all of this. So I might as well say it again. Starting around July 15th, that's my goal, which is, I believe, July 10th is the last day of the summer session I'm teaching. So July 13th would be the might be a good idea to start on July 13th. But it's today, the 22nd. That means we have 8 more days in this month. This is June. Yeah. So we have 8 more days plus 13 be 21. That's 3 weeks. Might be able to pull this off in 3 weeks with this. That's real important. You got a mule. They either have a dark muzzle or a light muzzle. Mules are a crossbreed between a donkey and a horse. He's mostly just those donkey, those guys who actually don't have that. That'd be consistent. So he's one of those mules that doesn't have that burrow dark or light muzzle. So there we go. So one of my biggest challenges I'm going to have this gargantuan series, which, dang, what I put myself up for. But hey, what else you got to do? I'm retired. I teach college part-time, but usually that doesn't take a whole lot of effort. I have figured out how I can teach without it taking too much out of me. I'm a retired school teacher. What else I got to do? I have known too many school teachers who die 5 years after they retire. 5 years after they retire, they're dead. Has a lot to do with the fact it's difficult to get out of the house. You don't get out of the house, you don't have anything to do, and you just go downhill, which is something I have to really work on. You physically just fall apart. Your stamina goes out the window, and something gets you. So I got to figure out how to stop that. I was going to go to the local fitness gym because I got a membership for my Medicare plan. Then this dadgum virus hit. squeamish about going into a place with a lot of young people. Could be asymptomatic. And then, who knows what that could happen. So, it's like we're just going to have to do whatever we do here. So, here's that. Cover this like that. I'm going to color it like that. Just that fill in. See what I have to do to it. There too. Okay, now let's play around with something. Let's call this screen. See if I can get this to screen. Let's see if that works. Okay. Yeah. So get rid of that and go to a much darker screen like this, which is going to have some black in it. I always forget which one I want. It's a search. Okay, let's just keep. That could be one. Nope, not that. Nope. Nope. Right, color burn, and then do it like that. Yep. Do this color burn, and that way should take care of that black, those black marks. You want to help me out here? Okay. That's not good. But anyway, oh, let's go back to that. Okay. Oh, oh. That might be good. Yeah, I might prefer that. Yeah, I might prefer that. Okay, look over here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay. So perseverance is the biggest deal in accomplishing this thing I'm doing, because there's no way to tell what the heck's going to happen when you're doing something that's 9 books and it'll probably take you 15 years to get finished with it. There's just no way to know whether or not it's going to have some kind of impact and find its market, blah, 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 that stuff that is related to business, which means I don't know a dang thing about it. So when I was researching on this kind of thing, 2 things stuck out when I was doing my research is that it takes 6 months for Google to even notice you're alive. So my website, blueboybrown.com, I'll occasionally see in my visitor logs that somebody came in over from a Google search, but they don't tell you what the Google search was. They don't tell you what they're searching for. So I don't know what the heck's going on there. Let's see if that works. Screens usually only screen some kind of line thing underneath it. Might as well just do this too. Do this also. I'm just getting too picky. I can always. So the stuff I was researching said that that's okay. That'll do. Maybe I can duplicate that layer. And maybe I can burn some of that. See what happens when I do that. Probably nothing. Oh, not much. Not much. Anyway. Don't do that. Yeah, better than that. Well, this will tell you where you miss things. Yeah, I missed a few places. I missed a few places. Ooh. Right there. There, and that thing did work, I guess. that way. Make that a screen. I can tell where I missed on that. What am I doing? Oh, that's what I'm doing. Dang. Yeah. So bring that back to light. Okay, like that. So let's go back over here and grab colors for the last last views of the road. Go down here, color. Let's get back to that weird complementary color thing going on between those two right there. I'll play around with that as we go along. Stain on Dad's jacket. I keep track of the time. I've got till 11:20 that I gotta get out of here. Not stay beyond that time. Do. Ooh, I have 4 people watching. Can you believe that? Wow. Or scare them off. 4 people watching, dang. Sunday I had like thousands of people watching. Unlikely ever. Even those popular comics things rarely ever have over a couple hundred. Those are like wildly. See, I just lost one. Somebody scared them off. Those are wildly popular people. So I've only been in, well, back to the perseverance thing. The other stuff I read said it takes 3 years to establish a brand. Well, probably takes 3 years for people to start noticing this stuff. And I'll have the all this stuff up as a free web comic. It'll always be free. The Kickstarter stuff, people would like to have a physical, beautiful, limited edition copy in their hot little hands. Which, if you're a comic book freak like me, you'd like to have that thing in your hands so you could have it as part of your collection. So this will always be on the web. So maybe people go back and they start actually reading it, and if it's a good story, I think it is. It's not like a lot of other stories. I don't think it has a big hot market for it. It's not. There's no zombies in it. There's evil. There's pure, unadulterated evil in it. And there's also pure, unadulterated good in it. So it's a battle between good and evil, but it's a subtle battle. It's not just a bunch of people getting together and shooting at each other like some kind of Wild West thing. Much more subtle than that. Much more like real life. The real battle between good and evil is rarely done with guns. Even though there's guns in this, there's no gun violence that I've planned, but there's guns. You can't have 1914 Arkansas without guns. People had guns. Got guns now. Get used to it. What do they use those guns for? Yeah. Mostly hunting. At this time, mostly hunting. People are just, they went out and went squirrel hunting. Turkey season. All that stuff. Dad and I went squirrel hunting when I was a kid. I didn't like it too much, mostly because I had to clean the dang things afterwards. Ugh. Skin them like you were taking a sweater off of them. And I never liked killing things that much. At all, actually. Saw a butterfly on the sidewalk. Lost half his wing. Dang. Did this yesterday. So I picked that poor thing up and I stuck it on a bush. Said, if this is the end of your life, at least it won't be on the ground, so I step on you. I didn't put him out of his misery or anything like that. It happened the way it's supposed to happen. Butterflies don't last that long, and there's a butterfly crisis in this world. If butterflies go the way of the buffalo, so will we. Make that a little bit smaller and see if I can do a variation here. I'll have to do some playing around with the smudge tool, probably. How did I do it over there? Oh, I know what I did. Yeah. Sometimes you have to remind yourself. It's been a while. Boom, boom, boom. Color that color. Yep, that works. Color that color. Get that out of the just grace range. Just laying this stuff in so I can move it around in a few minutes. Okay, see how that works. Smudge it a bit. This is how you do it. Just smudge it a tiny bit. So it gives that kind of saison, like brushwork thing. Oh, yep. Just thinking, just crossed my mind how much I miss painting. And I'm sorry, this thing has taken over my life. It'll probably take the rest of my days to finish this up. It's the way these things go. You happen to find something that has legs, at least you think it has legs, right? And you have to go with it. You just simply give it up. If you stick with it, you might accomplish whatever you're supposed to accomplish with it. Which may not happen in my lifetime since there ain't that much left. Who knows? What will happen? Those things that takes off after I go. You know, people love to mess around with dead artists. That's the way they are. That guy's dead, must be okay. I wonder how popular some artists, if they weren't deceased, might actually be. Let's go down here and just start doing what I did over here. Let's lay in a bunch of junk over here. Boy, I had a whole lot of rocks in the road, didn't I? A bunch of rocks in the road. So I did one time. Okay. There's rocks everywhere. Go back to that, I suppose. I don't have to because leave the lumber can. Ugh. Hey, Laura. I'm very ashamed and afraid that because of the issues about me in this Facebook, I don't do something that I've cried every day. What happened to you? It had nothing to do with me. I had nothing to do with nothing. I never said anything mean about you. Somebody mad at you? Oh, nobody's mad at you. We don't probably hang out in the same circles, but well, that's making that old man's hat pop out, isn't it? Oh well. It takes about 3 years for a brand to become established. And that's probably with a bunch of advertising and everything. It's not like I'm going to advertise all over the place. I've done a little bit of advertising, and that's how it works. But, I do it again, especially during the, I'd save up all my pennies and do some real advertising during the Kickstarter campaign. I know some places where you can do advertising on the cheap. And that'd help out a lot. And I haven't even got the. So I hope you're doing okay, Laura. Don't let anybody on Facebook push you around. Screen copy. What if I did that? Really intensified it a bit. Okay, do this. Ooh, that's not good. Look at that. That's bad. That's bad. I can do that. So what could we do? That's not good either. Let me try something else. I just wanted to play around. So like the whole world watching. The whole world watching. It's not. Da, 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 da. You'll understand what I'm doing in a few seconds. He just on his hat. Hat's kind of busy. Maybe a way to quiet things down. Well, the whole point of this is to keep on keeping on. And one of the nice things about this live stream is that you carve out a part of the day every day that you're going to be working on your book, which I had a little bit of a problem with just getting things done. Sometimes I'd go a whole day and not work on the dang thing, which you cannot do. You got to work on it every dead gum day. So I've been taking Saturdays and Sundays off a bit because they deserve a little bit of. I deserve a little bit of off time, and Sundays are Sundays. You know. Another reason not to be a professional golfer. They golf on Sunday. It's not what you're supposed to be doing on Sunday. Football too, baseball, and the whole 9 yards. Sports people get their act together. See what more is saying. Right now I'm concentrating on getting this thing done. Okay. About my sin to love to priest? What are you talking about? Go confession. You'll be all right. Okay, now, see if I can reduce the opacity of this. I have to fill the opacity. Don't want it to be too much. That would be okay. Not like that. Right about there. And then maybe mess around with that or blend it a little bit so there's a gradation there. Facebook can be a really mean place. Say the dumbest things on Facebook. I've been trying to stay out of all the controversies. I can't help it. I'm nobody. Try doing this over here too. Everything will work itself out. I've got the same thing going on over here. Let me see. It may also be that this the way I drew this is a little too scratchy. A little bit too scratchy. I might want to eliminate some of that scratchiness, which wouldn't be too difficult. See if I can do that. What am I at now? I got 20 minutes to go, and then I have to get out of here. I have to go teach. test today. Nobody's going to like that, but that's life. It's point of teaching what you don't test. You have to test. You have to make sure they got it. If they didn't get it, oh, I wish they had. Taught them how to study. Gave them all the information they needed to create a revolution in studying in their life. But anybody going to do it? Probably not. Huh. Well, let's try some of this over here. Really like that. Maybe a little bit over here. Okay. Probably should do a little bit of this thing over here too. This handler looks stupid. Okay, let's see if we can just draw it. What is that? Well, that's an eraser. Brilliant. Much better. Is that right there? Right there. Yeah. Okay. A little bit here too. This is a bit too busy. Uh-huh. This is a little too formless. A little bit there. What do you got here? About 15 minutes before I have to get out of here. Ugh. So I guess if I stick with it, something will happen. I don't know what'll happen. I'm not looking to become a millionaire off of this stuff. It's stupid. Not only do I think millionaires probably have their own set of problems that I don't want. It's not something. I just think it's something you should seek after monetary success. If it comes, fine. If it doesn't, well, but I've been living this long without being a big to do. Doesn't matter. I figured out a way to have a very good life without being a big to do. Yeah, this is coming out interesting. There's some parts in the later part of the book where I get real highly developed pencil drawings with lots of dark values and everything. I have to go back and look at those. Either like they're night scenes, maybe just turn them into sepia drawings. Maybe do that. Where I don't worry about what color you're going to pages. Do it. That's not what I wanted. Down here. Here. Get rid of that gray. I should do it over here too. His hair. I don't want it to just be a island of black and white. They say. Smudge that around. Okay. I still have to do shadows eventually. I sent some art to a guy in Europe in April. Still hasn't gotten there. Dang. Who knows if it'll ever get there. So I don't know. Sending it to the Philippines, I don't know how to do that. Gee. thing with the printing thing. Just United States, I can't afford to send something to a foreign country. It costs $15 to send it. Heck, that's crazy. Well, I'm about 11 after. I got about 5 or 6 minutes before I'm getting out of here. Let's try this. This is the color area. So I do this Kickstarter animation after I get page 82 done, which is the page after this, which shouldn't take too long because it's a really good page. It's one of my favorite pages, and so doing it won't be too much, won't be a big deal at all. Whereas this takes a little bit of effort because it's kind of left myself a lot to do, like this. I'm just doing this in the color area. This is my Ray Brumley inking strokes. Big Ray Brumley fan. It's a George Klein inker for Superman back in the 50s. He worked sometimes in tandem with Stan K. Stan K sometimes was the main inker for Kurt Swan on Superman before George Klein became the big deal. He was really fine. In fact, I got a Stan K Silver Age inker group on Facebook that I run. Haven't done much since the virus thing happened. I kind of messed everybody up. But I got 53. I got 53 members. Oh well. Hey, we're talking about in the annals of inking on the comics. Dan K is kind of obscure, even though he was actually quite important. But he sort of got eclipsed by George Klein, who they abruptly, I think they fired him for some reason. Probably because Marvel was cutting into their bottom line at DC, and they cut out a lot of people, which is not a smart move on their part. They kept Kurt Swan became the worst inkers. Was just a horrible inkers, which ruined his pencils, which were amazingly good pencils. He's got a really good pencil artist. Occasionally they put Murphy Anderson on him, who was good. But Bob Oxter was outrageously good inker. Why they didn't stick him on there all the time anyway? A wonderful inker. But corporate types So what happens when the publishing company gets big? It has to become a corporation. And then all types of people move in, have got the slightest idea what they're doing. They don't know anything about the industry. They don't know anything about making comics, and all of a sudden they're running the show. Oh well. Water under the bridge. Can't do anything about it. All those guys have gone and got their makers. 1:16, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to save this thing, finish it up tomorrow. Get to work on page 82, and then we'll start thinking about what we're going to do for the Kickstarter animation. Probably have a whole new color scheme for Chapter 5, which is a combination of comedy and drama. Whereas this is all drama, no comedy at all. It's all, somebody get out. So, Laura, you keep your chin up. Don't cry too much. Just, or if you want to cry, just don't get too upset. A lot of crying in life. Never heard of life with no crying. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Let me see if I can put my ending screen up there. There's a good old Blue Boy Brown. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. Whereas in the Philippines, it's probably in the middle of the night or something like that. It's 3 hours. It's 7 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock in the morning there, and it's probably 6 hours. 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, Laura, what are you doing? I bet. Phew. Are you? You're on the other side of the date line. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.